Hi everyone, Bernard here with the latest just for fun quiz from my little citizen vlog. Yeah, and I'm not going to ask you a question on it, which ground that is. I mean, I think we all know which ground that is. I think that was taken up within the first year of the stadium, so before it was expanded. So you're not going to get that, even if you saw the thumbnail. You thought, "Oh, I know that question." You're not going to get that one. It's going to be 15 questions, and it won't always be a full ground like that. There'll be like little segments of the ground, etc., etc. So you've got to come up to get a full point, and there's only 15 points up for grabs a point a question. You've got to give me both the name of the ground and who plays there. So if you only get half, if you only get, for instance, the team, but you don't know the ground, you're not going to get half a point. So please, just for fun, this little quiz, please, if you're new to Citizen Vlogs, please push the all subscribe button. That'd be fantastic. Push the bell notification. These little things are coming out, these little specials and quiz specials I'm doing at the moment, with obviously with things dragging on, and we don't know how long it's going to be. I'm trying to throw a few of these out and keep you entertained. Hope you enjoy these, and please, thumbs ups are nice just to know that you're there, and very much appreciated. Yeah, so it's going to be 15 questions. I have to be careful because you'll see where I'm getting some of these images from. So you have to be careful what I show you, because I might give the game away if I'm not careful. So bear with me. A bit of fun. A couple of weird ones thrown in as well, but perhaps what you won't expect. So hopefully you'll enjoy it anyway. So please join with me with this. Right, let's get on. Shall we get on with it? So as I said, do it in normal time. I'll allow you to do the answer, or you can pause the vlog, have a think if you're struggling. As I say, 15 points up for grabs. I'll tell you how many I would have got at the end of this. I've actually not made a note, but as we're going through the answers, I'll tell you whether I would have known or not. Right, the first one we're going to look at. This is part of the ground. It's from the outside as well. So if I sort of put it up, so there's I'm not actually, that's nothing to do with the ground, the thing at the top there, but do that. Can that ground there? Interesting, isn't it? So I mean, so say it's not straightforward seeing the stadium. What ground do you think that is? I've been. I'm not sure it was like that when I went. I've been 3 or 4 times, but not recently. So I'm not quite. Obviously, there's been some improvement made to some of these grounds. I'll give you a hint as to whether it's a modernised version, and obviously this is a modernised version, isn't it? But what do you think about that? Is it easy? That's what you're going to sort of get now for the next few things. I've got to be careful with this one as well, because the clues in the sort of in it as well. So I'm showing you some of the ground there. So what ground's that? Question 2. There you go. So what ground's that? Question 3. You may know this one if you've been there. Which ground's this? I'll try and come from above so I don't give too much away. Ground's that there. These are easy if you've been, obviously, if you're regular goers. If you haven't, just have a guess. Have you got them all right so far? Now, this is a funny one. This is where you're going to have a little think, actually, on this one. It actually features Mr. Colin Bell, but I mean, where's the, which ground is he playing at? And it's quite difficult because both teams are wearing away kits as well, so you can't really tell from the kits they're wearing. I'll have to come up from the bottom with this one. Make sure there's no clues in any of the other pictures. So that's an old one. Obviously, that's the old days. Obviously, it doesn't look like that now. But what ground was that? It still exists. It's not been knocked down. It's still on the same piece of land. It's not like Tottenham where they moved it a little bit to one side. So what's that? What ground's that? Great. King Colin there. The wonderful red and black stripes, wasn't it? This is a good one. This is a ground back in the mid-70s. So see, again, I'll come up from the bottom with this one. ground's that? Got a band on the pitch. There's probably a clue that, isn't it? The band on the pitch. Right, this one you may, I think most of you may know this one. I'll come in from the side. I'll have to cover the bottom bit up because it's showing a couple of players or the coach as well. So fireworks are going off. What ground's that? A little section of it. Champions League night, obviously. Can you recognise the ground? As I say, if you just know the football team and if you don't know the name of the ground, but this one, I think you will know the name of the ground on this. But if there's any that you're struggling to name the ground, then please. Right, this is not the King of the Kipats. Do little drawings, don't they? And I've just thrown a couple of these in as well, and it's obviously going to be quite. This one's an easy one anyway, but they're only small images. Don't want to give too much away, of course. What ground's that? Probably one of the easier ones to know. Just throw a couple in from there as well, because got some of the old King of the Kipaks where obviously the drawings weren't obviously fantastic. I've lost the numbers on these now. For some reason, my questions are out of order to the thing, but I'll obviously keep them in the same order when I do the answers. So for the next question, this is a good one, actually. It's a very good one. Very interesting one, this one. Come up, cover the bottom. Look at that. What ground's that? Not statues, people watching stood on some concrete pillars. So what ground's that? Always going to be more impressive night games, aren't they? If you play a night game, they always look far better. Again, we're going back in time with this one. This is probably an easy one. You probably know this one anyway. I'll come at the side and then I won't give you too much away. Again, we're going back in time with this one. What ground's that? Could have moved this one a bit, so it's no longer there. That stand, for instance. You know that one? Right, so we've got Mr. Joe Mercer at a ground here. This is an easy one. This is one if you're struggling on any of the others. This is a fairly easy one to come. Where is he? Where's our wonderful Joe Mercer? What ground's he at? Probably circa 70s. That 70s, I would have thought. Perhaps 80s at a pinch. Next one. This is a good one. This is an interesting one. I'll just go in from the side again. So just a segment of the ground. So you only get to see a bit of the ground. Oh, there's a clue there for you. If you just saw that little clue, but not wrong with it. It's a bit of fun, isn't it? You can have a clue every now and then. What ground's that? There's another very old. This is very old one. The ground's still around, but it's a very old picture, obviously, of the ground. What ground was this? And who plays there? If you don't know the name of the ground, very old picture that. Getting all these? Expect to get 15 points. And another old one. Go back back in time, another old ground. I'll come from the top with this one. Grounds that. Cover that up. Might have been a clue there. You might have seen a clue there. Might have messed up that one. But there you go. Anyway. Bit of fun, isn't it? Have a guess if it is. But don't rewind. Don't go back and look. Look at the. I've probably made a mess of that one and give you the answer. We've got another King of the Kipax version. You know, this could be quite hard because obviously it's the King of the Kipax version, but there's only one of these grounds we haven't played this season. There's a clue for you. I mean, we're near the end now, but there's only one of these grounds I'm showing tonight that City haven't actually played at, or obviously at the new home of the ground, obviously if it's been redeveloped or anything like that. Right, the next one. I'm relying on the wonderful King of the Kipax here. It might be. You know what ground that is? Based on the King of the Kipax thing. There's probably words. Don't look at the words, just look at the picture. What ground will that be? And the final one we're going to look at. See, all these have gone out of order. I must have made an error. So, pardon me if I didn't do me that. I'll do the answers in the correct order anyway, hopefully. So we should be on. But I'll show you the pictures again anyway, obviously. Right. And the last one. Where's that? Always finish on an easy one, don't we? You probably know the name. I want the proper name. I don't want the Mickey take name or the name some people call it. Well, you enjoy that. 15. How did you do? I'll let you know how I did when I'm going through these and say I'll make a little note on my pad of what I would have scored, or I would have got a full point. Usually, if I know the name of the ground, I know the club and vice versa. If I know the club name, I would know the name of the ground. I'm okay at that sort of thing. So there's a couple of the newer ones I might struggle on, but if I think on, I'm all right. Right, the first one we looked at, of course, the clues in the name here. And I would not have got this because it's a long time since I've been. As I said, I've been 3 or 4 times to, of course, Norwich City. It featured in the Leicester programme, this one. This is Norwich City. So give yourself a point. And the name, Carrow Road. So if you've got Carrow Road and Norwich City, a point. If you've got one or the other, just half a point. Norwich City. And I wouldn't have known that. So I got a big blank 0 on that one. The next one. Now, this is from a Preston North End programme, actually. This is from the Preston programme. So, obviously, it was advertising a trip to Middlesbrough. So, what I said before about City not playing there, this is the only one of the stadiums that we haven't played this season. This is the odd one out. That's Middlesbrough. So, give yourself a point. For where are we at Middlesbrough? What's it called? Riverside Stadium. I had to think about that one. Riverside Stadium, Middlesbrough. Yeah, I would have got Riverside eventually. If I had to do it for the time, I might have struggled, but I would have got there eventually. So I'll give myself a point for that one. And the next one, yes, well, there you go. You know it, Southampton, obviously. St Mary's, Southampton. Obviously, that's in the City programme against the Saints. So obviously that's a picture of St Mary's if you've been there. Yeah, but give myself a point for that. I would have got that one. And the next one, again, we've gone back in time. We had the wonderful Colin Bell, didn't we, on this one? And again, I would have known this. They're both playing in away kits, but obviously it's Stamford Bridge, City against Chelsea. And I'm not sure why they wore the away kits. Probably says something here. Under competition rules back then, both teams had to change kits when there was a colour clash. So City wore red and black. So that was 1971. So obviously, because they both wore blue, they both had to change the kits. Stamford Bridge. It's a little bit different to that now, doesn't it? And yes, I would have got Stamford Bridge. So I would have got that one right. Give myself another point, half a point if you said either. I'm sure if you got Chelsea or Stamford Bridge, you would know the other thing anyway. This was a good one, wasn't it? Obviously, it's Sheffield Wednesday, isn't it? And as I say, we have played at Sheffield Wednesday. So, again, that's back into the mid-70s that picture was taken. And, of course, it's Hillsborough, isn't it? Sheffield Wednesday. Great picture. That was from these magazines used to get in the 70s in programs. City didn't do it in their program, but a lot of teams of this league football, and some great stuff. Used to be some great articles in there. Give yourself a point for that. Yeah, this one with the fireworks going off. I mean, of course. There you go. Obviously, it's Anfield, isn't it? Even got a picture, even Klopp's here somewhere. So yeah, with the fireworks, obviously, it's friends from down the East Lancs, Liverpool and Anfield. I mean, like, you wouldn't get Liverpool without Anfield, would you? So I'm sure you got a full point for that one. And the It's a Fix. I mean, that was quite easy, wasn't it? The king of the Kipax. Of course, I mean, West Ham, obviously, the London Stadium. So give yourself a point if you got those again. One links with the other, doesn't it, really? So nice image, simple, isn't it? I mean, it's very, very, you know that, don't you, with that picture. This was a good one. I wouldn't have known this one, so I won't give myself a point for this one. So that's two I wouldn't have known. And it's the Oxford United programme. So when we played Oxford, and obviously that was from the Oxford United versus Sunderland game, and obviously it was Oxford, so it's Oxford's ground in the background, Oxford United. The Kassam Stadium, I wouldn't have known that, so I failed miserably on that one. Didn't have a clue on that one. So if you went to Oxford, you may have known that one. And of course, the next one literally moved a few hundred yards, didn't it? I think one end is overlapped, didn't it? But obviously, we're talking White Hart Lane, the wonderful shelf. I love that. I love that stand. Something about it impresses me, especially when it's packed full as well. But yeah, I mean, even though it's moved, it's only sort of moved a couple of hundred yards, hasn't it? It's obviously, I think it overlapped with one end, didn't it? So yeah, so it's still White Hart Lane, if you like, with the. Call it White Hart Lane. So let's call it White Hart Lane because it's done that, and obviously the home of Tottenham Hotspur. Big Joe, of course. I mean, it was Wembley, wasn't it? I mean, I think that was probably it was either taken while he was in charge of England, perhaps, that picture. So obviously after City he was caretaker manager of England for a while. But of course, Wembley and England. I mean, so give yourself a point for that. This next one from the Burnley programme. So yeah, you saw the little thing there. Obviously, it's Turf Moor, Burnley, isn't it? So that's a great program. Actually, one of my favourite programs of the season, the Burnley one. But obviously, if you get Turf Moor and Burnley, as I said, usually if you get one, you'll get the other with these older grounds anyway, where they haven't been renamed, like the Kassam Stadium or whatever. And the next one, yeah, it's quite an hard one, wasn't it? I mean, obviously, it's looking back, and it's obviously Aston Villa, so it's Villa Park, Aston Villa, obviously from the game against Aston Villa. So did well if you got that. If you got a point for that, Aston Villa, Villa Park there. And another old one, and this is where I think if you saw Sheffield United, you may have known, but obviously it's Bramhall Lane, Sheffield United, and the other side of that stand obviously was the cricket pavilion, so the big wide open space, the cricket pavilion in those days, because it was a cricket ground as well. So it's only a stand on three sides. If you watch my Citizen Pass blogs of the City played a semi-final at Bramhall Lane, people were a bit upset because they had to watch the game from the pavilion, which was like 100 yards away. So, you know, it's quite funny. But yeah, that's Bramhall Lane, Sheffield United. So give yourself a point if you got both that. And the next one, yeah, this was an hard one on King of the Kipax because I mean it's okay, but this ground there, obviously it's Deepdale, isn't it? Preston North End and Deepdale. So, you know, give yourself a point if you got that. But yeah, it is quite a basic ground. So hopefully you got that from King of the Kipax. And the last one, of course, needs no introduction, does it? So if you called it the Swamp or Theatre of Laugh, Theatre of Comedy or whatever, you know, you don't get any points. It's got to be Old Trafford and it's got to be, of course, Manchester United, Meccano Land, Lego Land, whatever you want to call it. Obviously, that's United, Old Trafford. So those, what would I say? I've probably got 11. I would have got 11 out of 15 on those, I think. A couple of Kassam, the Oxford, I probably wouldn't have known. I don't think I would have got Deepdale on that, even though obviously I have been to Preston, probably based on that photograph. So anyway, so I got 11. Let me know what you got in the scores, just for a little bit of fun, wasn't it? I mean, and as I say, every single one of those is taken from information this season. So, and the only place City haven't played, obviously, was the Riverside, Middlesbrough this season. So all the others City have actually played or have played at the very close by. If you look at things like White Hart Lane, which is obviously built virtually on the same place. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed that today. Just a little bit of fun. Please put in the comments below what your score is. I'll be really interested. For all the latest City news and movie news, etc., that I do, please follow me on Twitter at nostalgia_movie. I follow everyone back, every 3 or 4 days. I just check who's followed me and I try and follow everyone back on there. I'm on Facebook at Bernard and Liam with links to moviegamenostalgia.com, my little website for old rare DVDs, posters and board games. If you can have a look on there, absolutely fantastic. There's plenty of other blogs. I think as I'm recording this now, there should be the City history, 125-year history part 5 should now be available. Obviously, I'll do these quizzes every 3 or 4 days. I'll try and do a quiz every 3 or 4 days. And there's obviously a couple of quizzes out there already. The Pep quiz and the Pep quiz, not the pop quiz, the Pep quiz, and the big City quiz I did a few weeks back actually before all this trouble. So even that's out there. So please, I'll put links below anyway. So please, if you can, have a watch of those and enjoy those. Much appreciated. Anyway, thanks for watching this little special Citizens vlog special today. What we're going to do the rest of the day, look after yourself, look after your friends, look after your family. And I say, keep an eye on those vulnerable people and elderly people that may be near you. See if they need some toilet roll or perhaps even a loaf of bread. Go and get them some milk, get them some bread. I mean, my little job, obviously, I've actually used to work at Asda a couple of years back, and obviously I'm struggling a little bit financially at the moment. So I was given the nod that if I rang, I could go back and help them out at Asda because they're struggling, obviously, at the moment. So I rang them, took my passport, and I started the next day. So obviously I was there this morning at 4 a.m. So my little bit, trying to stock the shelves, but it's a nightmare out there. So have a little thought for the older people, etc., because there was literally no milk at all in Asda today. It's just, I'm trying to pick things for people, and you have to let people down for nappies and stuff like this. And baby milk and things, and it's not good. So please have a thought for everyone else, and I will just do that. It's nice, isn't it? If you got an elderly neighbour, just see they want a couple of bits and bobs. But I mean, don't check there's some stuff in first. I mean, don't promise some milk, then you go to Asda and there's no milk there. So please do keep an eye out for everyone else in these trying times. Anyway, thanks for joining me. Hopefully you can join me again for something else. I hope you enjoyed this, and let me know what you scored. Let me know what you scored out of 15 if you could beat a pathetic 11. Anyway, thanks for watching. Saying goodbye for now.